I'm a learning addict, and I'm not a spring chicken. So over the years, I've learned a lot. And as I learn, things just kind of bounce around. And there's this loose collection of knowledge, loose connection of convictions. And what I've discovered is, certainly over time, and I'm not the first one to discover this, is that by taking these loose concepts and bringing them into some kind of codified, consistent, complete unit, things start to make a lot more sense. It doesn't require that everybody make the connections themselves. I make the connections for them. So when I observed what companies do well, what great companies do especially well, and what makes them different from companies that aren't as successful, I began to see a lot of common features. And for many years, those commonalities just bounced around in my head, but it became apparent that I really needed to codify that thinking and bring it together in a way that I could communicate coherently and consistently what makes these companies great. So I began to capture those ideas and put them together, and that concept, that process became the Finish Strong concept. Now, why finish strong? Because that summarizes what great companies do differently. They don't leave loose ends hanging around. They dot the I's, they cross the T's, they make sure they cross the finish line before they go on to the next thing. So the Finish Strong name describes perfectly what we're talking about, and that consistent, coherent group of concepts that says this is what makes companies great, it makes it easier to talk about and it makes it easier to understand.